Tucka. What? Lighthead Online Video Show, folks. Go to KEYSTONETECH.com. You know why? Because they sponsor the show, and they're our friends, Josh and Ira. Check them out at KeystoneTech.com. Great company, great products, Greg.
That's right. Always have something new and innovative, so make sure you look at it. Today,
up, man?
What I want to talk about, LEDs. We know what those are. We know the term L70 is how they rate a lot of the life, right? L70 is when 30%.
Write that
okay, when 30% of the light is lost. Mm-hmm. So now, my question to you is: when 30% of the light is lost, that's a lot of light to lose. Mm-hmm. That's a third of the light. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes, what are we replacing them with, or what were they existing at this point? Fluorescent, right? Mm-hmm. There's HID that are pretty much gone. There's still some of them outdoor, whatever, but indoor environment, most of the time when we're putting LEDs, it's replacing fluorescent. At least in our market, I'm sure Toronto's the same.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I'm sure everywhere around the country is. So, what percent of light gets lost in fluorescent?
That's a good question. I mean, like from
over time, it ends up being like 10%.
T5, max. But T5's more, man. T5 loses more than T8. I would say that T8 is probably 5 to 10%. T5 is probably more like maybe 25% before it burns out. But yeah, T5 is more than T8. Yeah. Have you done any group relamps of T5?
No, we didn't do a lot of T5s in our market. We did more T8s. Yeah, T5s were kind of an oddball. I still think T8s make more sense. You get higher lumens per watt. So we didn't do a lot of T5s.
Yeah, so
a lot of people did them because of the rebates,
Yeah.
My favorite was, this is off subject, but people replacing 400 watts with an 8-lamp T5.
Holy
and they
macaroni.
save no energy. It's brighter. So
it sounds like they're growing something in that factory now. Maybe my hair will go back. So yeah, T5 would lose more, but not. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're worried about any L70 kind of stuff. It's kind of like an admittance that something's up.
Okay, so we're going to agree that T8s are more common than T5s.
Sure.
All right, so T8s maybe lost 10% max.
Lumen maintenance is not an issue with T8.
Yep. So now we're putting LEDs in that are going to lose 30% over that rated life. Mm. But over their time, let's say they're equal to start with. Let's say they're 2,000 lumens apiece, right? The LED's 2,000, the fluorescent's 2,000. Mm-hmm. Over 30,000 hours, the fluorescent gets down to, I don't know what the math is quick on it, but 1,800 lumens. Something like that, right? 10%? $2,000?
Good job, Descartes.
Yeah. Thank you. So 1,800 lumens.
Yeah.
Now the same LED that started at 2,000, over 30,000 hours is half of the life that they get to the L70. Maybe now they're 15% of what they lost. So now they're less light than the fluorescent was. Mm-hmm. And then they keep going down. And so I'm just wondering, like, it's an odd deal that I don't really think a lot about, but I do at the same time is when people ask, well, LEDs aren't going to lose light, are they? And it's like, yeah, they are. And I think that's a misconception that a lot of customers or end users have, is that they think that the LED is going to stay at a certain level, but it's going to last and last and last. It's just going to keep going down. And that's a downfall to LED, I think. That's not really pointed out much, is that losing that much light is
it has the lumen maintenance of metal halide. That's the lumen maintenance of metal halide. Yes.
It's got a longer life. Sure. Yes. And it saves energy. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of an issue. And I think we're going to get to a point, 5-10 years from now, where we've done a lot of these LEDs and they might still be lasting and people don't realize how much light they've lost from when they started.
I think it's an issue for companies, especially companies where there's security and safety issues. I think it's an issue for food inspection. Mm-hmm. I think there's some applications where it's very, very where that needs to be factored into the analysis. And quite frankly, Johnny Come Lately and the Lighting Marauders are not doing that analysis.
No, I'm not saying. I don't think I don't do it either. But
I don't do it either.
Should we? We should be, right?
No,
but we're going to have to go back to these people.
But here's the thing. It goes back to the modular versus purpose-built argument, right?
Okay.
Now, there's pros and cons to each, right? I'm a modular guy. You know that. I love it. But so what if it's T8 tubes? What are T8 tubes going to cost? I got an email the other day, $3 Canadian for a T8 tube.
10 cents.
10 cents.
Yeah.
Right? No, actually, Canadian dollar is coming on strong, buddy. It's at 75 cents right now. It's the best performing currency in the world in the last year, actually. Well, it depends on how you measure.
Good work.
maybe everybody else is lowering their currencies, and the Bank of Canada is like, oh, this is great. No, anyway, but anyway, that's another story. But if they have an LED tube in there, to me, it's like, well, that you don't wait for burnout. You wait for this or that, and then we're going to change out all the tubes in 3 to 5 years, depending on your hours. Like I talk to people all the time, actually, 24 hours a day. I tell them we're probably doing a group relamp here in 3 to 5 years
on LED tubes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
And my suspicion is, and like a lot of this knowledge is kind of gut stuff that comes out in conversation, so it's tough to teach to reps. When to say that. Go, what do you mean you're saying your stuff's not crap? No, I'm just telling you, like, this is what's going to happen. But
the warranty's 5 years.
Yeah, but that's not going to the L70, son. They're
I know.
I mean, but the problem is, like, with the purpose-built fixtures. That's where, for me, it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to
That's scary.
You got to replace the whole fixture?
Right. Like, because the LED chip is the thing that degrades over time. So a new driver is just going to put it back. Like, let's say the driver burns out and it's been 5 years and you put a new driver in. Sure, it's going to light back up, but it might be at L70, L60, L50, who knows what output it's at. And the customer is not going to know until one day they were going to look up and say, that's kind of dim.
You know what's going to happen? It's going to happen at some point. When they change the clocks? Like, there's going to be like a fall back day, and everyone's going to come be at work at the end of the day saying, is it dark in here, man?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it's not as bright as it was or something. I can't see you. Hey, Greg, I can't see.
You're just getting older. You're getting older.
Is it that what it is? My eyes? Is that? I can't see. I think it's an issue, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's something that just hasn't been talked about a lot. We talk about the excitement of the energy savings and the life and everything, but that sucks. That's a lot of light to lose.
I think
even if it lasts a long time.
Yeah, I think it all goes back to, listen, folks, emphasize the payback. Because with rebates and all this, I was looking at a proposal. I called the president of the company up and I said, you realize this thing pays you back in 4 months, dude?
Yeah. Right.
Like, really? Do you realize that? And he's like, no, we're looking at these. I said, look, it's 4 months. Like, I often do that. It's like my sales rep's working with the maintenance guy. I call the president. Hey, this thing's 4 months, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Is that good for you? But I mean, and then you say, look, it's not going to be maintenance free. You have to in a couple of years, you're going to have to replace these tubes that we put in, and that's life. Oh, but I thought they last forever. It's like, yeah, no. So the L70,
you won't have the light you need.
L70 is like, and then especially with the tubes when they're so aggressive with the wattage too, eh? That's the other thing. And I think the more lumens per watt, is it more degradation on the chip? That's the other thing,
Yeah, I've seen the hour ratings are about the same, but there could be some correlation there too.
The fact is, we don't know.
Really? You don't know? I don't know.
Can't predict the future, man.
You're right.
Can't predict the future. So L70, I mean, it's an indicator. It's another tool in your toolbox. But really, guys, we gotta know that there's going to be a replacement LED lamp market out there, and it's coming in hot soon.
Or fixture, depending on what's in place.
Ooh, that hurts, Greggy.
Be ready.
This has been the Lighthead online video show, sponsored by Keystone Technologies. Go to KEYSTONETECH.com, baby. KeystoneTech.com. That's light made easy. Check them out.